Namo Ramana. I am Ujwal, a classical dancer, teacher, and a theatre arts for holistic development faculty working currently at the Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning. I and Ramaji, Dasharatha Ramaji, parent of Anand, we have been meditating and discussing on the topic Natya for joy and connection. The Natya refers to Indian theatre arts, which includes dance, music, drama, storytelling, and arts and crafts, and how this Natya is a joyous tool for connecting. And the process itself is so joyous. Being artists, we are caught up in performance. We are orienting ourselves towards better and better performance. But in that process, we are not. We are forgetting to focus on the journey, which is so joyous, the process which makes us learn so many things, and which actually makes us develop holistically. And this is the power of theatre arts, which has been harnessed, and the methodology called theatre arts for holistic development, which has been created by Dr. Ambika Kameshwar. Here, the focus is on the enjoyment. The focus is to connect to the subject that we are working on, or when we are working with children, it is through Natya, we are connecting to the children. And when the connection happens, the learning happens joyously and naturally without any effort. So, this is what we have been discussing. And we came to this beautiful point. I just remembered an invite to a first birthday party of one of my friend's daughter. And her name has been given as Yalini is her name. And it mentioned one beautiful verse from Subramanya Bharati, I guess, where he says, some say that the yal, the veena is very, very melodious, and some say something else is more melodious. But he says, maybe they have not heard the prattle of the children. So the prattle is supposed to be so sweet and melodious. So when we are connecting with a child, when we are teaching the child the first words, amma, appa, or mama, or mum, okay, when we are talking to them, we are not trying to correct them to get the right pronunciation of the words, but we are trying to connect to them, and we are trying to teach them something, but we are having fun in that process. This is the natural process where we are actually connecting and trying to teach, and there is no much focus on correcting it. But we understand that the language is that they prattle in the beginning, but in the course of time, they will surely learn the right pronunciation. So where here in our natural communication with the children, we focus more on connection and less on the correction. So Ramaji was telling me about how the theatre arts, that how when we work, we have lot of we focus on the connection rather than correcting. There is one of the do's and don'ts of theatre arts for holistic development. I have seen that there is one of the do's and don'ts which says that you should not say what should not be done. Instead, you should reinforce what should be done. So the theatre arts gives us an opportunity to do that, to reinforce what has to be done. Like we if a child is making a funny face while dancing, so we don't say don't make that face. Instead, we will reinforce on smile and dance. When you focus on that, there is always a connection, and remember to enjoy the process. They are smiling and they're doing, and the correction happens naturally without any pressure of making them conscious of their mistakes. Instead, the right enforcement makes them learn it naturally and easily, and Natya gives us this opportunity to work in this way and have less correction but more connection. Yes, Ramaji, do you want to add anything more to this?
I wanted to share a moment from this week when we just happened to try the Thattadavu and the first step in Bharatanatyam and Aramandi with my 3-year-old grandson. So he's been watching Anant dance for some time. And in fact, he used to sit and watch for half an hour, even when he was a few months old. So I think he's been seeing it for some time. And so suddenly we just tried, and he really took to the Aramandi. And so he's been walking around several times and, showing the Aramandi. And then when we started the Thattadavu, he thought it was great fun. And he just started trying the Thattadavu. And we were just laughing the whole time. And we didn't really care that, his Aramandi was not perfect, or whether his, Thattadavu was not perfect. We were just laughing the whole time. So what I feel is this kind of fun is more likely to be motivating. So hopefully, if and when Ishan ever decides to learn dance in a formal way, he'll have positive memories about all the fun we have had trying these little steps. And we have a lot of fun with Pada Beda, with a lot of the hastas and so on. And he's not intimidated by Bharatanatyam. He'll be sitting there at 9 p.m. and saying, "Can I see the Pada Beda video?" He'll be saying this at 9 o'clock. And so, for them, it is fun. So I'm happy that because of Anand's involvement in dance, Ishan's had a more fun introduction to Bharatanatyam. And hopefully, if he ever learns classical dance in the future, that will give him the motivation. So again, it's a question of connect. I mean, I'm not a dancer. I don't know anything about dance, but we were having great fun, trying out hastas or apada bedas or the children's stories and so on. So I think there is a lot of opportunity for anyone to enjoy Natya. So it has been great for me because when Anant learns dance and when, I'm in the class, I'm observing a lot of things, and I don't have any pressure to learn either. So I'm just watching, and I pick and choose things at the right moment. So somewhere I'm filing away certain things and at the right moment. So I don't know why exactly, but suddenly I felt like trying the Aramandi and Thattadavu with him. Somehow you feel that maybe he's ready to try this now. Whereas in the previous visits, I might have tried, some hastas, but the timing was great. He's now really wanting to try this. So I think there is also that interaction between trained artists and others. And I think one of the things artists can do is to bring this natya and make it more accessible to others who may not have performance goals but who just want to have fun with it. And and I remember when we were doing the Arunachal May, you would do the okay, let's try the Amma version. So I think that's one way in which artists can contribute to the process, simplify and make it accessible to everyone, so that we can all have fun with Natya.
Yes. I mean, this actually reiterates the wonder of family immersion, where the family, where I remember when Anant was doing Thattadavu with you, and you were telling that he used to enjoy the process because he knew the Thattadavu very well than you. So there was something which he was an expert, and you were learning from him. So that gives a sense of accomplishment to the child when they are teaching something to the parents. And how you also complimented, because you have the capacity to remember the movements one after the other. So when he's performing, when he's practicing and is forgetting some key points, so you can just prompt him and try to help him memorize the dances. And even now, I hear that how you have made because you have understood the dance, that all these are parts of the dance. You're able to put it together in a form of a playlist and give it to him in a form that he can access it and practice it regularly so that he can learn and memorize those dances.
A lot of opportunities, and I think it's just also being more mindful of the connection. So since he's preparing for his diploma exam, otherwise it'll be all performance, performance. I have to memorize this, I have to memorize this. So we deliberately take a little bit of time and I see, okay, which parts of it am I comfortable enough that I can do it with him? So some of the hasta memorization I can do with him, or sometimes say, okay, let's do a few minutes of the adavas before he starts working on the pieces for his diploma. So I think if you're just mindful about the possibility for connection, lots of opportunities come. And for us, the children's song actually opened the doors, because I think we couldn't have straight away started with the Bharatanatyam with Ishan, but because we had so much fun with the children's movement activities and storytelling, and slowly we started inserting some hastas into that, and then once the hand gestures came in, and now quite naturally it is flowing into a little bit of the Bharatanatyam basics. So I really think there is a lot of opportunity for all families to enjoy this. And I think, I'm happy to see uh, that family immersion model, because I think it helps us develop those materials. And as we mentioned in the last video, each one of those videos offers scope for much exploration, especially when you start combining what's in the different videos. You can enjoy it for a pretty long period of time. So basic idea is connect before you correct. So it's just about enjoying the process. And especially for families, if you just start enjoying it, and hopefully there's a complementary relationship with the professionals who might then teach in a more formal, structured way. But in the meantime, as families, we've had fun with the same type of movements and stories and other components.
Wonderful. I invite everyone, and especially artists and parents, to try out the lessons in our the Natya for Joy and Connection playlist in Anand's Adventure YouTube channel. And this time, I invite you to focus on joy and connection, and focus on connection over correction. And we are very eager to listen from you and listen to your experiences.